ATF's amnesty period for complying with their final rule on stabilizing brace is nearing an end. You only have 30 days to decide what you are going to do with your firearms with attached stabilizing braces before ATF starts enforcing their rule. So in this video, we're going to take a couple minutes and go over what you can do in the next 30 days to avoid being a convicted felon. It has been estimated that nearly 40 million responsible gun owners are affected by ATF's final rule on stabilizing braces. Like many of you watching this video, I am one of those people. So in this video, not only are we going to discuss ways to comply with the final rule, I am also going to share with you my personal plan. Now, for anyone needing a refresher on ATF's final rule on stabilizing braces, be sure to click on the link above or the link down in the comments section to watch our previous video discussing ATF's final rule on stabilizing braces. Now, ATF put on their website 5 ways that you can comply with their final rule, and we're going to discuss those 5. But before I get to them, I do want to discuss one option that you will not find anywhere on ATF's website. Not complying. That's right. Not complying with ATF's final rule on stabilizing braces is an option if you're willing to take the chance of being arrested, prosecuted, convicted, and sentenced up to 10 years in a federal penitentiary. Now, I don't know how ATF plans on enforcing this final rule on stabilizing braces, and after watching last week's congressional hearing with the director of ATF, I'm not so sure they know how to do it. But as an attorney, I cannot advise you to commit a crime. So, there is an option of not complying, but it is not one that I am advising anyone to take. Alright, here's my firearm that's being affected by the final rule on stabilizing braces. As you can see, there's no magazine inserted. The chamber is clear. This gun is safe for handling. This is a Springfield Saint Edge. It has a 7.5-inch barrel and the infamous stabilizing brace attached to it. I bought this firearm several years ago as a pistol, and now ATF is trying to tell me it is an SBR. So according to ATF, there are 5 ways you can comply with the final rule on stabilizing brace. The first one is you can destroy your firearm. Now, I don't even understand why ATF put that as an option, and if you think it's a viable option, you're probably watching the wrong page. I mean, why in the hell would I destroy a firearm that I legally purchased, paid for with my own money? It just doesn't make sense. What also doesn't make sense is the final rule does not make your firearm illegal. It also does not make your stabilizing brace illegal. What the rule says is if you have a stabilizing brace attached to a firearm that meets the criteria under the final rule for stabilizing braces, then that is illegal. So you can have a stabilizing brace and you can have a firearm. In essence, you just can't have them together. So no, I am not going to destroy this piece of art. Number 2, you can turn your firearm with an attached stabilizing brace into your local ATF office. Now, like the first option, I don't really see this as a viable option, so it's not anything I am interested in doing. But if you feel the need to turn in your firearm with an attached stabilizing brace that you paid for and legally purchased to the ATF, well, by all means, go right ahead. But no, they are not going to pay you for that firearm that you're turning into them. Not only that, if you are going to go with this option, you definitely want to do it before May 31st, because after that date, if you walk into the ATF with a firearm with an attached stabilizing brace that fall under the criteria of the rule, you are committing a crime. So be sure to turn it in before May 31st if you want to go that route. Option number 3, you can remove the short barrel and attach a 16-inch or longer rifle barrel to the firearm. This might be a great option for some of you, and it's definitely way better than the other 2 options I just went over. And one benefit of this is if you decide to attach a barrel that's 16 inches or longer, then you can replace the stabilizing brace with an actual stock. Now, the problem I have with this option, the reason I'm not choosing it, is that it really defeats the purpose of why I bought the firearm in the first place. I bought my Saint because I wanted an AR pistol. I didn't want a rifle. So if you want to keep your pistol in its format as a pistol, that's not going to be an option for you. Number 4 is you can register the weapon under the National Firearms Act. I know from people calling in and emailing us that a lot of people are taking advantage of the $200 tax stamp waiver and going this route. To be in compliance under this option, all an individual needs to do is submit a Form 1 by May 31st. To be clear, You do not have to receive an approval by May 31st. You only need to have your paperwork submitted to ATF by then. If you are waiting to the last minute to submit your Form 1, or you already have and just have not received the approval yet, then I strongly suggest printing out the Form 1 submission confirmation email and keeping that with you whenever you're transporting the firearm that's affected by the rule. Although this might be a great option for many people, I didn't find this one attractive at all, for one main reason. I like to travel outside the state of Florida, and I would rather bring my Saint than a full-size rifle. If you decide to register your firearm with the attached stabilizing brace as a SBR under the NFA, you are going to have to get ATF's permission to take it across state lines by submitting a written request or filling out a Form 5320.20 and get ATF's blessing before transporting it. I'm personally not interested in dealing with that, so I will not be registering my Saint as a SBR. Option number 5, you can permanently remove and dispose of or alter the stabilizing brace such that it cannot be reattached. I am hopeful that this rule is going to get overturned in the near future, so I have decided this is the best option for me. I'm going to remove the brace from the firearm and store it separately from the Saint. Now, some people have told me that they're concerned about a constructive possession charge by ATF if they separate their brace from the firearm but keep them both. Well, I'm not really worried about that. But to err on the side of caution, what I am going to do is once I separate my stabilizing brace from my firearm, I am going to store my stabilizing brace outside in the garage in my workbench there. That way it's nowhere near my Saint. Whatever option you choose is best for you, make sure you implement it by May 31st. Be sure to let us know what you think about this video down in the comments section, along with any questions you have about this video or any other Second Amendment related question. Also, if you found this video to be informative, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe icon located down in the bottom right hand corner of this video to subscribe to the Firearm Firm channel. Until next time, stay armed and educated.